So I'll start with the recap the last week tut again to just for your understanding purposes and to give you a better clarity, right? I just go through quickly, maybe with some added values, right? So next week we may start at 1:30 till 5:30, right? So we will change because I have finished my other lecture, so we can start from 1:30 till 5. Between we have a break, right? It's okay for you all, right? Okay, so as I explained to you, what is this model is all about? The we talk about the importance of a profitable early manage or how you manage your profitable customers, right? And in this environment, and then we may discuss about the relationship marketing strategies and things like that. So of course i have uh, I have gone through your last year's paper, and is I mean the paper in there are two questions from my area, question number 6 and 7. And question number 6 is very straightforward, but then I have not satisfied with the answers given. But a lot of people who can earn 20 marks, even 16, 17, but most of them are scored less than 10. I mean, very easy thing. That may be due to the exam was conducted little later last time. Maybe that's the one reason. Right. So we discuss basically what is ultimate goal of a firm and how can firms achieve this goal. Right. So we discuss that part also, and then we how can you ultimately achieve in your goals by satisfying or fulfilling the customer needs, then satisfy your customers and build long relationship with customers, and that is how you maximize profit. Now, sorry. Now let's look at it. What's Apple CEO is talk about in that scenario. Now he said we want to make all of our users happy, right? Entire uh, customer base, and we care about every user, and we make every effort to make every user happy, and we succeeded. They reward us by staying our users, right? And what the Apple CEOs talk on this. So that is why Apple is number one and business in the world today, because they try to satisfy the customers, all customers they are dealing with, right? So then when you talk about the relationship, right? Now, I just want to tell you there are three steps in marketing process, right? There are basically the three steps in marketing process, right? So, what are the three steps in marketing process? The three steps in marketing process. First, you need to understand the marketplace, and the customer needs. That's the first one, right? The second step in marketing process, whatever the product you are marketing, the second, designing a customer driven marketing strategy. Second, once you identify the customer needs, identify your marketplace, what you are trying to do, you are trying to uh, support it. You are trying to design a customer driven marketing strategy. And then the third one, and so in order to support with marketing strategy, you need to prepare a suitable marketing program. So you are using, basically we call them as 7 P's. You use your product, price, promotion, people, physical evidence, and things like to support your marketing strategy, right? Then, and all these three process basically lead up to follow the four steps in the marketing process. That is what you call the building a profitable customer relationships. Profitable customer relationships, right? Now, before that, we may discuss or we may try to understand what is this relationship is talk about, right? Now, the term relationship, basically can be defined as a series of, as I explained to you last time, is a series of interaction that take place between two persons over a period of time, right? Now, the main aim of relationship managing or management now is to high level of customer satisfaction. Two things: high level of customer satisfaction and value creations. Right? Two things: satisfactions and the value creation, which in turn increase your profitability of an organization. And also it be um, accommodate useful data for making various business decisions. Once you have your relationship, if you manage your relationship one way, you satisfy, create more value to your uh, customers, and thereby return will increase the profitability. So therefore the ultimate aim of any business is to achieve success and remain successful, right? That's a important things in our businesses. Now, if you look at it, the relationship management, so an organization has to manage with all our stakeholders, right? And these may relationship may be usually broken into more main groups: customers, suppliers, internal and external partnership. But here we are basically more talk on customer. But relationship is you are dealing with every people, right? So then, so let's look at it, the evolutions and theories of relationship. I mean, I will add some more thing what we have learned last time. Now we discussed the relationship evolution basically from pre-industrial age to industrial age to service economy and knowledge economy. So accordingly also you noted we are facing a five competing concept, right? Basically I think most of you are well aware: production concept, product concept, selling concept, the marketing concept, societal marketing concept to holistic marketing concept, right?
So,
Okay, go ahead.
excuse me, sir, these some of these are not there,
Yeah,
no?
yeah, I have just added, but don't worry, right? If we want, I will email to you, right? The
Okay.
same thing, I will email to you that part also, okay? I thought of adding more something to you all, which I taught you last time. I want to elaborate more concepts on this. I will email to you that also, right?
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
don't worry, I will email, but the same thing, but I will do the needful, right? I will email. I added some more things just for your understanding better. And then I noted that some of you may be not aware of these things, but I assumed and I carried out my lecture. But I thought of you must add something how the customer relationship management evolved, right? Okay. Now five competing concepts. Basically, we call them as a production concept, where because sometimes the production era, where you will basically develop products and make it available as well as a low cost, and make it available to everybody to buy. So that's the production concept, because during that time the important feature in the market is there's a huge demand, but then basically the demand is more than supply, right? So there's a demand is there, so therefore whatever you produce, you can buy. So then there are, of course, the companies will keep on in producing product, customer will buy. Now that is how we heard the concept called Henry Ford case. I think you may heard. I can give you cars as far as you ask in the back cars. So then after the production concept era, people are moved to the product concept era. Now during the product concept era, what they're basically talking, people have a little bit of fed up of having the same car, same color and all those of things. So therefore customers are look at it a different thing. Then manufacturers also look at it, okay, how can you improve products, right? They produce the product, but they want to improve the product, so therefore they will add new different colors to the cars, some new features to the product, and then the product concept derived, right? From product concept, still mind you, the demand is more than supply. Whatever you produce, you can sell it, right? From product concept, we move into the selling concept, and that is the time period where now your demand is, I mean, your supply is more than demand, right? So selling concept evolved. Now during the selling concept, what happened? So you need to push some effort to sell your product, right? So you need to take some effort to sell your product. That is the selling concept. And then the selling, the marketing, the promotion come into the scene. The job of a salesperson play an important role during the selling concept era, right? So now you have to push more hard to sell your product because there is enough products in the market. So then still remember, the organizations or companies or manufacturers use what they can produce. They try to pressurize customers to buy your product. Then now people have enough product, they are not much satisfied because they are buying what the customers are giving. Now we also had the banking sector also had the same before 1977. Bank also had the same facility because what customer need to buy what the banks are telling, right? From the selling concept, and then evolve the marketing concept. So there is the some of the areas where we talk about the what customers want, and then organizations try to develop. So that is the evolution of marketing concept. Here they said, okay, what you want we will produce and give you. And then from marketing concept, and then they evolving the societal marketing concept. That is mean, once you satisfy the customer, not enough, you're earning profit by satisfying customer. So marketing concept is that, but you need, I'll give me your money, so that is my profit, I'll give you satisfaction. But then from marketing concept to on moving to societal marketing concept. So that means, so you are not only satisfying is not enough, you are also not satisfying the environment, but you need to look after the environment as well. So while you're satisfying, you need to satisfy your society, your customer, as well as you. So that is how the societal marketing concept. And today we talk about the holistic marketing concept. We move away from social marketing concept. Not only customer need to satisfy, but also you need to satisfy your employees. You need to satisfy your society. So that is how you call the holistic marketing concept. Now that's how the businesses have developed the relationship, right? Okay, so having understood that part also, now we learn about the little bit of theories of relationship, little bit of theories of relationship, right? Now I think we discussed last time very briefly. So there are some relationship theories built up, like social exchange theory, developed by the Kelly, and he talk about the profit maximization. And then attraction theory developed by Ernst, then social penetration theory, equity theory, right? A lot of theories are developed during this time. But all of these theories, and that is the most important theories developed as far as the customers are concerned, we call relationship economics theory. Sometimes we call them as the leaky bucket theory. Now, this the significance of this leaky bucket theory, most businesses are like leaky buckets. Now, what do you mean by that? There are even for banks like that, no, right? There are two ways to grow your business. Now, if you have business like this, one is okay, increase the flow of new customers into the bucket. There are some customers, moving out from the organization. Now, that is why we have a closing register, opening register also, right? That is, there are two ways to grow your business. One is either you have to increase the flow of new customers into the bucket, or maybe you have to hold the, or you need to seal the or patch the holes in the bucket where the customers are leaking out. Otherwise, these things are taking place. That's a relationship economics talk about. A lot of businesses are like that. Okay, right. So we learn about little bit of relationship theories based on that. Then, of course, after now what we discuss about the relationship management. We discuss from relationship. So from then after the relationship management, so it will move into the marketing relationship. Move into marketing relationship. There, of course, what we learn, what is then they comes the relationship marketing. Now, the relationship marketing is basically talk about the maintaining customer attracting and maintaining customer relationship, right? Now, the relationship is a customer centered approach. Now we are in the marketing era now, right? So added thing is relationship, right? Approach whereby I say seeks a long term business relationship, retaining customer, right? Getting the most profitable customers and keep them longer. So that's the relationship market orientation. Now, so from the relationship market has come from the transactional. Now, say transactional marketing to relationship marketing. Now, for an example, short-term orientation. We never look at the customer in the long term. We are trying to satisfy the customer then and there and try to earn profit. But the relationship marketing talking about the long-term orientations of that, right? And then from acquiring new customers, that's a transactional marketing time thing. We need to only get the customers, right? So we don't bother after that. But in relationship marketing, they talk about, okay, you need to acquire as well as you're retaining. The more emphasis on keep your existing customer than finding a new customers. Then in the transactional marketing, we look at it only the profitable transaction, right? But what in relationship marketing, they look at it the profitable relationship. And we don't want to spend more money for customer service and try to reduce the cost as far as possible, but they increase the customer services, right, in the relationship market. Okay, so then transactional market, we look at it the price sensitive market. That means suppose if your interest rate be changed, customers are moving from one bank to the another bank, right? But here in the relationship marketing, so try to convert this price sensitive customer to the less price sensitive customer. So that is how the relationship market came from relationship, right? Okay, so I think now you have an idea. So what the organization is trying to do now, the organization is trying to do to have a relationship marketing. So they talk about four main areas. They create a bond between customer and an organization, or customer and a bank. Now, say for example, now integrated information services and joint investment, shared process and equipment. So they try to build up the structural bond. Now basically uh, by commitment, by some sort of technically and economically. So we are trying to build up the relationship, more strengthen the bond. And then they talk about the financial bond by offering maybe rewards, by giving high interest rate, right, with the customer through relationship marketing. They try to build up the financial bond, not only the structural bond, but organizations try to give you, okay, more technical support like a co-banking solution. You want to get the things like that quickly, the systems, right? We call the structural bond. The financial bond, you are always trying to do some rewarding the customers, right? And not only rewarding, high offering higher rates or low interest rate for your credit, like that. Then the next one, you try to develop the customization bond. Now, customization bond means create intimacy as well as innovation. So you develop product and services specifically appeal to you all. So that is what you call customizations bond. Specifically produce product and services which cater to you, right? Then you look at the social bond and try to create certain the continuous relationship through social bond. How? By having a personal relationship with the customers. Now this is how the relationship marketing try to do to keep your customer with you, right? Now I think now you what we've learned up to now, I think we learn the relationship and how it move into the relationship to relationship marketing. How can you strengthen the relationship marketing? By creating, structural bond, financial bond, social bond, and customization bond. Now, structural bond mean you provide more technical support to customer, or maybe financial bond, you try to give more financial benefits to the customer, or rewarding the customer, or economic benefit to the customer. Now, through the customization bond, what relationship marketing try to do, try to produce tailor-made products to your customers, right? Then social bond, what you need to try to do here, develop a continuous relationship and personal relationships and create a social bond. So these are the four bonds through relationship try to achieve. Right now, through the relationship, what they try now, in they want to change it through from prospect to partner. If I think most some of things are you may be aware, but I just briefly touch on that. What prospect mean, has yet to do business with you firm, right? Now you know how you convert your prospect to buyer, right? So he has not that purchase any goods from you, not an open account, but you have intended to have a business with you. So that is the prospect customer, right? So then once you try to uh, communicate or brief, and once you get in customers to you, and then the moment you've done a business with you, and he's become your customer, or sometimes we call him as a buyer, right? Now you have step forward. So that is the traditional marketing is try to do. So through advertising, right, you try to convert your prospect into buyer, create some stimulating advertising, offering some fee, offering some discounts and things like that. Now you convert your prospect into buyer. Now then once you come a buyer, so if we keep on buying your product, we never say he's our customer. So how you call him as, if the repeat customer who buys your products frequently, we call them from customer as to the client. And then he is further do business with you and likes your firm, like your brand, like your guys there, right? But they support, right? But they are not much support enough, maybe support, but not much actively involving in your organization. That is we call support. So a relationship don't want to stay from that supporting point. So they want to convert your supporter to advocate. Now, who is advocate? Now, advocate means little bit of different to supporter. He is basically talks about your organization and he marketed your organization, right? So they are actively involving in your business. That is why we call him a advocate. Now you see the prospect customer now converted to the advocate. Now from advocate, now that is not stop at the relationship, right? They will convert your businesses to become a partner of your business. Now the partner means they like the organization to grow while organizations grow and he also growing. So what in the relationship marketing try to do now through the traditional marketing created customer, they converted from customer to the partner. Now, once you have the partner, so it's very rare he will move in for another organization, right? This is how the relationship comes. Now, you may noted that the relationship customers, right, need to have a lot of issues, right? The banks and they to need to play an important role. Why? This relationship so-called customer, so they are also right now they also expecting so many things. They expected the convenience from the bank, right? They expect from the transparency in their transaction. The customers are expected user-friendly IT support, and they expecting a personalized service to customer, right? And so many things expected by the so-called relationship customer, right? For in, I mean inclined to switch to a competitor, and there is a slight dissatisfaction situation, right? Because uh, he expect everything from a bank or from your organization. And also bank also have a lot of issues top of that. What are the bank's problem? Now banks also have a problem with the operating environment, right? So the bank also in the VUCA environment, we discuss what is VUCA: volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous environment. The bank operating are taking place. So with this changing VUCA environment, customers also asking more things, and then the customers, the bank also faces a huge competition from their competitors. Now we know we have around 30 branch banks in Sri Lanka, and top of that we have some fintech companies, and we may have some different type of alternatives where the customers can earn some profits through share market and through real estate like that. Then and also banks need to address these industry competitiveness, technology revolutions. A lot of banks are going for digitalization, payment disruptions, then right, improving contextual experience. A lot of factors the banks are undergoing. One way the environment is keep on changing, and other way is the other aspect is the changing of the banks, right? Okay, I think now you understood what basically is under relationship marketing business environment. Now, what is happening in the market? Okay, right. Now then during this period, so you may go from cross selling, upselling, deep selling, all these things you may come across, right? And then what happened from this environment? So what organizations try to do? So organization considers these customers as an assets, right? Now they consider these customers as an asset, so thereby so they try to um, move I mean, they try to satisfy, touch all the requirement of the customers, right? Okay, so that's the area the banks are look at it. Okay, so then during the relationship marketing era, right? So you have a competitive advantage. Now, what is competitive advantage mean? Uh, you know, uh, you have something better than your where is not having with your competitor. That is what you call USPs. So unique selling propositions through competitive edge. You have something extra, right, to than your competitor. Now, today's context, this competitive advantage no more forever. So, what is have the competitive advantage is can be cannot be constantly there, can be changing, right? There is no more forever. Then people talk about the augmented layer, in your product life cycle, you keeping added values, right? Now, no more added values. Now, say a good example, you have a mobile phone, right? Now, can you, I think some of you maybe remember CLI facilities when you have the very early stage of your mobile phone. I don't know, some of you may be aware. So, if you want to get the CLI facility, what is CLI facility? You may have your, once the calls comes, you have the all the who is calling and details about the customer or calling person from that tent. But for that, earlier when you're using at the very stage, at the very early stage, so you have to pay. I can remember I pay 50 rupees to get that facility, right, from our service provider. But now, are there any things like that? No, now every service provider giving that facility. So the CLI facility is no more augmented now, it's become now actual. Now it is, you don't want to ask whether I have the CL facility, it is already inbuilt, right? So what organization try to do, keep on adding value to your product and services. That is what you call augmented, right? Now augmented layer after sometimes is become the normal actual level. So every organizations try to add value, otherwise you cannot have the relationship with the customer. So, right, so then substitute anything. Now that's another important area. So you cannot have some unique features, right? Anything you can copy it. Now suppose your bank branch open a new mobile app, that bank also can add value. Suppose your banks may go for CDM machines or recycling machine installing in every branches or strategic location. X banks or other bank also can do the same thing. Now, suppose you are introducing products, right? And also other bank can introduce. Now, sometimes people earlier will take, you can't copy the employees. No, employees can also copy it. How? You can take some good talented employees working in that bank, pay higher salary and bringing to your bank. That also possible. So therefore, substitutes anything today is possible. And remember earlier we discussed about acquisition customers and retention customers. We discuss at the early stage, at the relation stage, acquisition the customer, they spend more money and more concentration, not focus only on adding new customers to your business. Then in the relationship marketing, people talk about concentrate more on retaining your existing customer. So that may be yes good, because retention customer is more cost effective than acquisition customer, right? The retention customer will bring more profit sometime. Okay, now in today's context, retaining your existing customer is not enough. Bringing new customers also are not enough, right? So you need to have a hybrid situation, because in any organization, some people are just moving from one brand to another brand, one bank to another bank, like that. There's a rotation. The big people are moving, very difficult to retain your existing customers. And also meantime, you need to bring the new customers. So therefore, now today's context, right? And we must organizations must look at it the acquisition as well as the retention. You can't go to acquisition extreme or a retention extreme. So you must have a hybrid. You need to do both together, right? Like what we learn about the leaky method. Even though it's very difficult to hold your bucket, paste your bucket or patch your bucket, there is some pressure comes, there is some, right, there may be a leak is taking place, right? So therefore now you see the relationship marketing. Now customers need to pay, I mean the organization or the banks need to face a lot of issues or a lot of problems. So then the people realize, the organization realize, right? So how can you answer this problem? Now they thought CRM was born as the answer to burning need of search to ultimate solution to survive and thrive in fiercely competitive environment. So they thought, okay, the only solution is not the relationship, is called the customer relationship management, right? So this is how the customer relationship management evolved from just a relationship to relationship marketing, and to the this point customer relationship management. Now what is customer relationship management? So there may be a lot of definition. Of course, the customer relationship management, the most important concept of today's modern marketing, if you put it in that way. So it involves basically increasing detailed informations, right, about individual customer, detailed informations about individual customer, and carefully managing this customer at every touch point in your customer is dealing with us, and to maximize the customer satisfaction. So therefore in CRM we look at it, right, details informations about the customer, right, and carefully managing this customer and his every touch point, and try to maximize the customer satisfaction. Of course there might, we may try to increase the I mean gain more profits to the organization. So therefore the Philip Kotler and Armstrong, and the two people who comes with a lot of issues on this area, and they talk about the customer relationship management is an building, it's a process. I told you, the moment you say process, it is a series of activities. What you try to do, you need to build up, right, you need to building on this relationship forever, and maintaining, not only building, so the maintaining, right, and the profitable customer relationship by delivering superior customer value and satisfaction, right? We have to keep on add value. So we will discuss what is customer value proposition, how you develop the customer experiences, what are the strategies you're using, what are the techniques you're using for customer value, how to create uh, killing proposition, like that we are going to discuss in the next session, right? So okay, now customer relationship is basically therefore creating, developing, enhancing, right, with relationship with our carefully targeted customer groups, and keep them for our customer lifetime, right? We don't allow customers to go. කොහොම හරි අපි හරි මැරේජ් එක වගේ තමයි, divorce වෙන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. කොහොම හරි අල්ලගෙන තියාගන්න. Right? We talk about the customer lifetime value. Now, what is customer lifetime value? Now, the customer lifetime value we basically discuss there. As you aware, we discuss about the customer value mean, and describe the net present value of the stream of future profits expected over the customer's lifetime purchases. Now, when you evaluation your project proposal, what we do, we discuss the future outlay, so future revenue, future income. Now, say if you invested money now, right? So you will calculate your financial layout for next couple of years, right? And you're discounted with the using the discount table and bringing to the present value. And this is how you usually evaluate the sum proposal. Right? So that's a normal symptom. The same thing. Now the customer lifetime value mean, now say for an example, if a customer spend about rupees 1,000 per week, now shop 30 weeks, 30, 50 weeks or a year, say for an example, and remains the area for about 10 years. Suppose his lifetime is 10 years. Now how much is getting? Right, 500,000 revenue, right? 1,000 into 50 into 10 years. This is the lifetime revenue you're going to take, right? Now, the loss of a customer, that means if they are not satisfied, so you losing that income for you. So that means your monetary terms, you losing 500,000 in revenue. That is what all about the customer lifetime value is talking about, right? So that is why CRM going to look at it. Now it is a relationship oriented view of the customer, considers the revenues and contribution earned from a long term relationship with the customer. Right. Okay, I think now you understood that. And then what customer relationship management? So therefore, we are going to look at it customer life cycle management, right? We first get the customer, assess and bring the customer, and we develop the customer by, as I explained to you earlier, some personalization, customizations, all bonds creating, and then customer equity, right? Leverage through cross selling and upselling, right? I think you know what is upselling, you know what you mean by a cross selling. Now, upsell cross selling mean you're selling for yet another product for your customer, and that is cross selling. Upselling mean you give more worth of financial product or something, that is called upselling. Like now some singer, they said, okay, bring your old TV and bring your old machine, old your fridge, and I will give you a new fridge, right? So what happened through that, they have the secondary market created, right? How they create the secondary market? Now the moment you have taken the a singer, suppose you have a Samsung fridge, now you have given a you do some upselling for that. You may give a lot reduction, some 10,000 or 15,000 if you give your old one. By creating that, so you are creating the secondary market also, like after sales market. Some products you are selling to that fridge, right? It is now he is using the single fridge, for example. So therefore there may be a parts need, so they are have a secondary market. Same thing, that is called. Now deepening mean basically, now say you are involving in the businesses for this is specifically for insurance, right? Now you cover only the one aspect of the insurance. Why don't you cover the now you put added that COVID-19 cover, add dried cover, like that. So me deepening your businesses, adding to more for your existing one, right? So that is what you call deepening, right? So therefore cross selling, upselling, deep selling. So you, that's what the CRFs try to do, create the customer equity, right? And retaining and referral for new customers. The retained customers always recommended for new customers. So therefore the CRM is basically the customer life cycle management, right? So that is what basically customers are expecting. So having all these things, right? Therefore customer CRM, so is therefore enterprise-wide ongoing approach. You may learn today, which I explained to you last time also. Today we are talking about um, enterprise risk management. So don't allocate or uh, don't use the risk management only to the risk management division, but also to it is create with entire organization, as well as your risk management activities has to be falling in line with your business strategy, right? Okay, so that is what you call uh, the the enterprise risk management approach. Likewise, also, so the CRM, enterprise wide ongoing approach. I think now um, you may have an understood about how the CRM evolve. Now, as we discussed in detail last time, right? And the CRM is a multifaceted solution today, right? Now we need to look at it 360-degree view of plus client. Now we look at it every aspects of the clients. I gave you an example last time. Now new insurance company came up with 360-degree insurance, every aspect about the customers. Likewise, CRM is trying to provide, a bank CRM try to provide everything 360-degree view of clients. Now we learn in HR also, we learn 360-degree analyzing, 3D performance appraisal, where you know you are evaluated by your subordinates, you are evaluated by your boss, you are evaluated by your peers, you are evaluated by customers. Like that, many aspects of areas are taken into account to evaluate you. So therefore, you get a clear picture about your performance evaluation. Likewise, now in CRM also try to look the customer from the 360-degree. Right. Second point we discuss as a multifaceted solution. So you look at the rethinking process for profits. So every profits aspects we need to look at it of thinking about your process. Right. Now, if I tell you some small example here, now rethinking process for profits, and this is how Selinco insurance came with on the spot. Now, I think most of you are well aware earlier. So one of the main issue faced by a lot of insurance companies or the customers, right, to get the insurance, get their claim faster. So you need to go to the police station, you need to report, get the report, like that, no. So and then the insurance business not so attractive. So the selling co-insurers identify, they look at it, the rethinking their processes, right, for the profits. So they, what they say, they have shortened or they have eliminated certain areas, certain steps involving in this process, right? So the imaging, how many of people have gone for on the spot. The market leader during that time, National Insurance, Sri Lanka Insurance Corporation, market share about 60 to 65, but certainly they have come down to 30s. What? The profits for processors. Okay, right. Then likewise, not only the insurance company, but also banks also have added to that. Now, then all other competitors have practiced that lot of benefits given to customers, right? But bank also have some advantage on that. How bank took an advantage? Bank also, when you're introducing a loan, so they try to know, usually earlier the bank took 1 month, 2 months to grant a housing loan or any other loan. But in today's case, what happened? Today, the banks can offer a housing loan or even for other loan within a 2, 3, 4 days. So what they have done, they have simplified the process, right? So That is CRM aspect they look at it. And also the third point is the smarter customers. Now, what CRM is trying to do while you're educating, so you need to convert your customer to become a more smarter customers. Now, good example is transactional leadership and a transformational leadership. I think you may heard about transactional leadership and a transformational leadership. Now, what is transformational leadership is talking about? So you want to bring your employees also while you learning, while also you enjoying, and you need your employees to basically learn and not may create more competency as like you, right? That is a good leadership star managers, right? So we call them as a transformational leader. Now I just ask from you, so whether your manager is a transformational leader, that's the question mark. No? So you can judge your own manager. He is a transformational leader. ඔයාවත් තරම් අර වලෙන් ඔයාවත් තරම් ගොඩ යනවාද, right? ඔයාවත් එක්ක යත් ගොඩ යනවාද? So that is a transformational leader, right? So likewise, what the CRM is also try to convert your customers to become a more smarter customer, because while you are developing customer, you need to develop. So therefore, CRM apply for smarter customers. And also one-touch analysis. So one-touch analysis means what CRM try to do. So try to give everything to your customers. One-touch analysis, right? Every when you just put a button, so then all the things what the customers need, try to give you, right? Okay, then we talk about the segment and marketing. So identify customers separately, right? And then try to give a best solution to the customers, because customers needs and wants are differ, right? So thereby we segmented, and we look at it today, not only the traditional way of segmenting the market, like behavior, like age wise, a lot of institutions are now we are using certain demographic factors as segmented. But now we look at it, how you use the behavioral aspect, how you use the technological aspect to segment the market. So CRM also facilitate to it. So that is how a CRM is considered to be a multifaceted solution, right? So while you are learning, while you are developing, you need to develop your customer as well as you by ultimately earning profits, right? And this is how CRM is basically expected to build, right? Okay, right. So right after now, what you think you are okay? So last time also I have explained these things, but in a different way. But I thought of you giving more different approach to how the CRM created today to this point. Okay, Shan, you were there in last Saturday. Shan, I need your cooperation, right? So, Shan, you are with me? Shan, can you
Yes, sir.
hear?
Yes, sir. I'm
Right.
with you.
Okay,
Yes,
right.
sir.
So, right, thank you. Rasika or Rasike? How you pronounce your name? Rasika?
Yes, sir, Rasika,
Right,
I'm here.
right, okay. Sampath, are there any new students who joined today? No, right. How about Sampath? I think Sampath,
Okay,
you
sir.
are also right. Thank you. Then, then Kaushalya, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Subhashana, Subhashana, no,
Yes, sir. I
Subhashana,
mean,
right? Okay.
yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Right. So I have just reproduced what we explained to you last time, so for better understanding now how the CRM play an important in today's business environment. Right. Okay. Now let's look at it. The architecture of CRM, right? Architecture of CRM. Now we discuss in CRM, I try to explain little more on this, right? So this is not a normal CRM what you are learning. Remember now there are two areas of CRM, just what is CRM and talk about. But in corporate banking, we CRM, we look at it in a more broad aspects, right? So more technical aspects and more detailed thing we are going to learn about the CRM. Right now, the three architecture in CRM is what you call operational CRM, analytical CRM, and collaborative CRM. So now let me explain a little bit of operational CRM, right? I will try to explain to you more details on what is meant by an operational CRM. Now, operational CRM means supporting so-called the front office. Now in our banks also now, according to the central bank, they said, okay, you must have a front office, middle office and back office, right? So in order to have a internal control mechanism. But here we talk about in different way. We look at the operational CRM meaning the supporting so-called the front office business processes, which include customer contacts, marketing, and all. Right here in the CRM, we look at it. How can the CRM, the modern CRM, will facilitate the activities of the front office, right? The sales guys, in that sense. So there are a lot of software packages are available today. We call them as Salesforce automation, customer service and support, enterprise marketing automation, all. But I will take as in Salesforce automation, what is a Salesforce automation, how you make use of to get the benefits, right, to the bank. Okay, let me first look at the benefits of CRM. So we discuss CRM is a 360, approach. So therefore, the operational CRM support this activities. How can you look at it? The customers in a 360 angle, right? So each employee from salespeople to service engineers can assess and complete history of all the customer interaction with the organization regardless of the initial point of contact. Now that's the important thing. Now don't confine the customer services only to the marketing. Don't confine your offer only to deal with your customer, only to the sales guy. Those are traditional approach of business, right? But today's CRM approach, no. Each and every person, whether you are not involved directly or indirectly, so you have to have a knowledge about the complete history of all the customer interaction. That is the CRM. For that, we look at it about the Salesforce automation, right? Salesforce automation. Now, organization, as I explained to you, the organizations want to have a solution now which can help them to and keep track about your salesperson performance. You need to find it out, your sales performances, your sales people, right? And because they are the people, play a major role in driving the sales and contact information of probable customers, and it's hence affecting the revenue of the business. So therefore, CFA, that is what you call the Salesforce automation. Basically, it is an IT tool, right? It is an IT tool now which that integrating technology with the information to actionable sales task, both salesperson as well as your sales manager or your branch manager, by coordinating those internal processes with backend database system, right? Now let's look at it. How can you analyze all these things by use of CFA? Now just look at it from the first point. You see the account contact, or we say account contact management. Now, how SFA facilitates contact management? Now, this SFA means Salesforce automation. SFA therefore capturing and maintaining tracks all the accounts of prospects, right? Now we discuss about the prospects. Earlier at the relationship management, we discuss about the prospect as well as your customers as well as your partners in terms of their purchase history, buying patterns, contact details, and which is made available to the sales representative or your managers. The then you can you can segmented your account, segmented your customer base into different categories on the basis of product type, purchases, value, and location. Now, I don't know whether I discussed with you last week. In the some of the Netflix, right? Netflix, how the technology, machine learning will support or data analytic will support to identify how many customers are watching certain channels and frequencies where Netflix having around 400 to 400 to 500 channels. So what they look at it, when they look at all things that we IT support, they get the same facility here, right? So, and also remember, you can segment that based on SFA on the basis of product type, purchase value, and location as well. So the contact management. So you can see now SFA how they facilitate the contact management, and also the territory management. Now, what is territory management? Now, mapping of sales staff to different territories, right, to optimize their plan. Now, say monitor and analysis, Salesforce performances territory wise. Now, banks are heavily using. Okay, what is this region? Now, banks are basically usually divided different areas. Now, you need to find it out the performance in that territories, right? What product give you, why these products are not good in that particular area, right? Why this product is not purchasing by this segment like that. So therefore territory management. So SFA also try to find it out the territory in terms, again, the locations, revenue, size, everything, right? So that's a territory management. And SFA also facilitate the lead management. Now, lead management mean basically facility of lead capturing, assignment, and tracking. Now, leads can be automatically assigned to a salesperson to follow up. Now, you know what is a lead. If there is an inquiry comes, right? So a lot of banks are using now. Say there's an inquiry about the credit card, right? Now you must have a track system to who has called, right? And to get the feedback for immediately call you. Now this lead management also now, if that is also facilitating your online, or sometimes you using in the what you call the call center, right? So you may not answer, right? You may not answer, but there are 2-3 calls came from one person, right? That way he asking some inquiry, right? So then you can call him and ask, why you call and what is the problem, like that. That's sort of a lead management, right? Suppose if a customer, right, he want to uh, get some information. Now, say for an example, if there's a call coming from persons who is in Rabukkana, so for example, Rabukkana, so you get to know there's a call came from Rabukkana, right? And immediately the manager in that your bank in Rabukkana can call him, right? So that is lead management, right? It is automatically, right, can track the individual leads and salesperson also, right? Then you call them as an activity management. Now, not only this contact management, territory management, lead management, activity management is automating sales process and customize as per requirement of organization. Sometimes you can tailor-make certain products and to the customers. This brings out uniformity and helps in completions of activities in sequences. So that is activity management. Then you may have some incentives and commissions management. Now, that means helps the developing a compensation and incentive plan, right? So these your performance can be calculated in forms of system based on targeted directly you achieve, right? So okay, that's also facilitated. Then customer asset management. So customer asset management mean some maintain certain data about the customer, about their part purchases, and they can be used for the sales team to extract the relevant information, and you can make use of to do some cross selling, upselling, or deep selling. So with this, so you see the how you can make use of these operational CRM as a tool, Salesforce automation, right? What sort of facilities you can offer. So CRM is using these, right? So think about your bank is having this facility. Your bank is having Salesforce automation facility. So some organization, I think NDB or some banks is having CRM. I don't know whether they are using SFA, right? A lot of banks are. These are software packages are available, and you can make use of software for execute your CRM and under the we call them as an operational support, right? So I think now you have which I have not discussed with you in more details last time, but now I have explained to you what is features of SFA, right? Okay, which I have not added last time, which I thought of giving more explanation about what is meant by operational CRM. Right. Having understood the operational CRM and how's what CFA is doing, another architecture is analytical CRM, right? Okay. So another area, so analytical CRM involves basically the aspect looking to the analysis of a customer. So per individual person, we analyze, right? How can you get the optimizing the marketing effectiveness, customer retention, and we look at it the behavior analysis and decision making. Basically we look at it inside of the customer, right? Now inside, so ultimate aims to determine what are the products, what are the other products and services you can sell it to the customer, right? It can be used for many purposes like identify customer in danger of churning, danger of churning. Now I think one student asked about the churning, no, what is churning and all. Now if I don't know whether I have explained in detail what is churning and all. Now churning is basically, now it's like I don't know who asked that question, Puta. Can some student I think asked what is churning and all, right? I don't know who has asked that question. Okay, let me explain in little more with some practical example. I think you may heard about labor turnover. In HR, we talk about labor turnover. Now, what is labor turnover in an organization? In HR mean how many of your employees are moving from your bank in a particular given period of time. Now, say 1 year's time, how many of your employees are left your organization? So that is what you call the labor turnover. Now, I think in Sri Lanka, in Sri Lanka, people are thinking the labor turnover is not much in bank in Sri Lanka. But I read an article, there are a lot of young girls, young boys and girls in USA. Believe me, what I read in article, right? A recent article by McKinsey. A lot of people are leaving the organization. I don't know why. And usually in Sri Lanka, once they join the bank, it's very, very rare they are leaving. No, their turnover is very low. But I can't remember the bank name. But in Sri Lanka, one bank, they have a high turnover. I don't ask from you, right, what bank is in Sri Lanka, but not all categories, mind you, right? Not all categories, especially the bank assistants and that level, lot of a lot of turnover taking place. Some banks, due to certain various reason, right? So that is bank turnover. Now it's like this. Like if you understood the bank turnover, the uh, churning is also like that. Churning mean basically the customer churn out mean basically percentage of customers that stop using your company's product or services during a certain time of frame. So that is what you call the churning out, right? So therefore you can analyze all these things. Now why we need to analyze all these things? Because lost customers mean, as we discussed, lost customers mean what? Lost customers mean lost businesses. We discussed about the customer lifetime value, right? Remember, right? Right? 5, 10, like that. So 500,000, how we lost. So that's a churn out, right? That's a churn rate. So therefore, if you have not, you need to analyze. Now the CRM, analytical CRM, you are trying to analyze that. We can analyze that, right? That is, you can't do in manually everything. You can do manual, but it's a cumbersome procedure. Now with the help of analytical CRM, we may analyze all these customers churning, right? Okay, and also it facilitates in decision making. Now now analytical CRM basically involves analyzing a systematic evaluation of customer data for better lead generations like earlier, and for acquisition also you can use the customer enhancement, satisfaction, retention. So you can use that analytical CRM, right? Now this analytical CRM solution also processes and sometimes analyze the customer interaction data and extract valuable pattern, predict behavior, and identify upsell and cross-sell opportunities. Like operational uh, CRM, analytical CRM also provide informations to the management or information to the organization, how you use those customer information to make a better benefits out of that. Now that for our data warehousing, right? And you know what is data warehousing mean? Data warehousing collects and organizes the customer data, and then data mining, right? Data mining is the process of extracting patterns and insight from the large batch of raw data, right? You have the banks are the people who have the higher number of information. So how many of us we are make use of this data? We talk about big data analysis, right? That is how the the fintech will support your CRM, right? There are a lot of software packages are available like this, all right? And then you may have online analytical processing, that is OLAP, right? Online analytical process. So analytical CRM platforms, you have a platform, use OLAP, that is online analytical processing platforms, right? Processing to filter the data and evaluate from various viewpoints. The customer can may look at it from the various viewpoint. There, from that you can make use of for one is what the sales forecasting, then reporting. You can facilitate the budgeting of one customer, and then identify the trends. So you can use a lot of activities to the analytical CRM. And analytical CRM also create segmenting facility, right? For customers, for example, uh, about apps, certain apps used by whom, right? And customers can be also categorized by through the loyalty programs, right? Okay, like silver, gold, platinum, like that. So you can, we are going to learn that little later on, how you categorize strategically important customers. So you can make use of the analytical CRM. And also, again, the customers who are having the common feature where you can tailor make some personalized services to them, right? Okay, so you can make for segmentation and selection of customers by analyzing. And also we make use of these analytical techniques to acquisitions and retention customers, right? And because once the customer start after acquisitions, the customer where business want to retain the customer for longer time, uh, um, put your customer converting from potential to the loyal customer to the partner, right? All things you can make use of these analytical CRM. And also I told you that CRM analytical can be used for upselling, cross-selling and deep selling, right? And also sometimes we can make use of CRM analytical studies for what you call RFM. So that's we are going to discuss little later on. Recency, frequency, monetary value techniques also, right? And market basket analysis, right? Also we may use it. So now you see, like the operational CRM. So through Salesforce automation, what you can do like that, the analytical CRM, you know what CRM can do, right? So there are so many things you can do through the CRM analytically. Then third point is what you call the collaborative CRM, right? Now, what is collaborative? Some people we talk about this. Some organization or some textbook talk about collaborative CRM as a strategic CRM. Some people are considered strategic CRM as a separate one. Some are considered as an incorporative to collaborative CRM. Some people say collaborative CRM also a strategic CRM. Now, collaborative CRM, what is CRM? Is ultimate goal to use information collected from all the departments to improve the quality of customer service. Now we are trying to collaborate all the information we discussed earlier. So information can come from in different departments. So say sometimes the customer come for the after sales or buy some product, right? Not he's now he's a customer, he's not going to your branch, but he's going for your the credit department or somewhere. But you try to get all the information shares among all the departments, so therefore everybody knows about your customers, right? Whatever the information you collected and you feed into the one system, and you can get all the informations about the customer, right? So therefore this requires a clear contact management strategy, which enabling everyone in an organization to see who is talking to whom, right? There may be a lot of benefit you can gain through collaborative CRM. One is basically, as I mentioned here, efficient, productive customer interactions of all the communication channels, right? And things like that. Now, sometimes we call um, uh, it's basically the CRM collaboratives is a technology vendor activity. So you can have the support from the technology services providers. Now, Here in the strategic CRM or collaborative CRM, always you put the customer in the centric process and what they try to provide solution there, right? Okay, so that is what you call the collaborative CRM, right? Okay, I think now you have an idea about what is analytical CRM and what is operational CRM and what is collaborative CRM, or sometimes we call as a strategic CRM. Okay, so okay, clear, right? Subhashana, I think you heard, now you understood a better clear picture.
Yes,
What
sir.
is right? Good. So in your bank, are you using these techniques? Which bank, your Subhashana? It is okay to disclose.
So, Bank of Sri Lanka, sir. BOC.
BOC, right? Shan, which bank you are? Shan,
Commercial bank.
commercial. Rasika, just to share some information with you, all right? Rasika, which bank?
HDFC.
HDFC, good. Then Kaushalya, which bank you are, Miss?
Bank of Ceylon, sir.
Bank of Ceylon. Right. Sampat, which bank you are, Puta?
Ceylon
Sampat?
Bank, sir.
Ceylon, okay. Right. There are some people also join. Then Pushpa, which bank you are, Puta?
HNB, sir.
HNB, right. Then, okay, Amir?
DFCC, sir.
Right. So we have a good mix, right? In that case, right? We have a good mix. Okay. So are your banks using these techniques? No, you are not aware. Any bank are using these techniques? Not sure. Right. I know that's NDB is having separate divisions called customer relationship management. There, of course, I don't know whether exactly they are using or not. Right now, sometimes we may use, maybe sometimes we may not use, but these are new things, right? You can make use of a lot of things. These are only software packages, what we can do and get the support of these things, right? I hope you understood. Now is clearly there in the last week what is this analytical and what is collaborative and what is operational CRM. Clear? Right. So with this, we moving to now the another important area. So you know the customer relationship management. So therefore, so consist of what? Strategies and processes for acquiring and retention customers to create a superior value for both company and customers. Now CRM is therefore technologically driven strategy that aims to strengthen the business operation and which beneficial to both customer and this thing. Now, as moving into the basic structure of CRM, as I said earlier, and it is a technically driven focusing on customer, right? So technology driven activity CRM is. So I'll explain you through the collaborative, through the operational, and through the analytical. All are facilitating provide the customer service, right? So for creation, development, enhancements, and retention. So that's the final thing. Right now, if you just look at it, this data mining. Now I discussed with about the data mining and key capture data from customers, right? So behavior and all things we will try to analyze to the data mining. So once you have the data mining, all this information, and you need to create a database for database formation, right? And every times if you want, you need to be extracted, right? If some information, if you want, you need to facility to be extracted. So they must have a database for that, right? So they must create a database. Then third one is data analysis. Make analysis what we could offer to customers, what preferences, right? So analysis we discuss how important these things. Then automation, so is an automation process, and the simply you browse the recommendations or timely reporting, so you have the quality data structure. So use of these technology, so you can provide the better customer, creating a developing a enhancing and retention. And also it is a process, right? It is a process, CRM process, basically through creating customer satisfaction, right? Customer loyalty and customer retention. So these customer database, you have everything captured, right? And then we have the CRM software to gather all this data, and we have the relationship history about the customer, and we have the customer analytics as explained to you, and we can do a personalized marketing. So therefore CRM in that sense is considered to be as a process, right? CRM is a process, so make use of that. Okay, now, so we move into this, we discuss about CRM is a technology based as well as the strategy driven. Now, then we are moving to discuss CRM as a strategy, right? Now, so to be a successful CRM program, what we discussed up to now, right? It should be to be a successful program, and it should be strategy driven. Now today's people are talking about the strategy. Strategy mean, if you put it in Sinhala, we call upaya margika lesson, right? So strategy mean how we are make utilizing your resources, right, efficiently and effectively in order to achieve your organizational objectives and goals. That is basically strategy, how you're using your limited resources more efficiently and effectively in order to achieve your organizational objective. So how CRM also, if you want to be a successful, so it should be a strategy driven, how you use it efficiently and effectively. So what is CRM in that case? CRM, if you put it like this, is an company-wide plan for your businesses to grow revenue and profit. You know, a strategy is, where your organization. Now, if I put it in a very nutshell, so I think you may aware that every bank need to prepare a strategy plan, right? Every bank need to prepare a strategic plan for your bank. Are you aware on that? So if I'll ask from you, what are the three type of, or make it now three type of compulsory plan your bank need to be prepared according to the requirement of central bank? Can anybody tell me what are the three type of plan you need to be prepared according to the central bank, right? So you need to be prepared strategy plan. So you need to be prepared, what is the other plan? Succession plan. You need to be prepared by your bank according to the central bank. What is the next plan? We call them as a BCP plan. What is business continuity plan? Now from 2022, another bank was requested to develop by your bank as per the instructions by the central bank. How you call that plan? Can anyone tell me? Now, according to the central bank, there are three plans need to be prepared. One plan is the strategy plan, right? And one plan may be the succession plan. Other plan is BCP, that is business continuity plan. What is another plan? Central bank give direction. All the banks need to be prepared from 2022. How you call that bank plan? Rasika, are you aware on that? Amir?
No, I'm just hearing it from you, sir.
No idea. right?
No idea.
Right. It is a plan called, I think when I talk to you, maybe aware, it's called a recovery plan, right? So every bank in 2022 onwards, and for specific banks like domestically systematically important bank, and I think the asset base of something, I think 500 bank or 1 billion, 1 trillion bank, and yeah, this is how they have to start now itself, and other banks also can start from next year's June. The asset value more than 1 trillion banks, right, to my knowledge, need to be prepared from next year early, right? So that plan is called the recovery plan. Right now, don't forget, right? Recovery plan. Now, what is the intention of this recovery plan? Is for a liquidity and is for the capital adequacy and for better management. So another plan, right? So every bank will, make it more. Put it more control. I mean, more put it more. What you call? Put it more not subjected to any losses or anything, right? Okay, absorb, right? Shock absorb like that. Okay, so one day there may be sometimes the other people also. I mean these plans also like CRM plans also maybe one day make it compulsory, right? Okay, so you need to know. That's what I just explained to you. What is this plan? Right now, what I want to explain to you now, you need to prepare your organizational strategy plan. Now, so the CRM strategy also facilitate as a sub plan or sub strategy for to achieve your organizational strategy plan, right? Now, how can you support your social organizational strategy plan? By creating and establishing and maintaining the relationship with your customers, right? So that is the strategy. So strategy, CRM strategy is basically, as we explained to you earlier, try to develop new mechanism to achieve your organizational objective by keeping your customers with you, creating a long-term relationship. That is what you call CRM strategy. Now, why we need a CRM strategy? So important thing, it will support your corporate objectives. Right, that is why, therefore, the CRM strategy. Now you have a marketing strategy. Now you have a finance strategy. You may have a HR strategy, right? So all the banks are having now those are support the objectives of the organization. Now, say for example, I will just give you some example, right? Now your objectives, your bank corporate objective may be, example, you're going to open 10 branches in 2022. New 10 branches you are going to open, right? So you need 5 people to the branch. So there are 50 people you need, right? That is your corporate or strategic goal or strategic objective. Now, what is the role of HRM to achieve your corporate objective? So HRM strategy need to be developed. Find people to achieve your corporate objective. How HR is doing that? HRMs is doing that. Okay, whether to promote existing people or transfer people or maybe recruiting new people or whatever methodology, they may be ready with required 50 people to be replacing next year opening 10 branches. Right? Open 10 branches, you need to have the people ready. Then what happened? Then that is how the HR strategy support your corporate strategy. Now, finance maybe have a different plan to support your corporate strategy. Marketing people must be have another strategy to support your business strategy. Okay, so likewise, there may be a CRM strategy is there to support your or develop your organizational bank's objectives. So how they do that is the keep your existing customer forever. Right? So therefore, remember, without a strategy CRM, program not be well planned and executed. So therefore, you must have a strategy. It has to be falling in line with your organizational objectives. Right? And also that is what we call them as an interoperability of CRM strategy. So since we have other strategies, so CRM strategy we blend with all the other strategies and it will support to achieve that strategy. Right? I think you understood in that. So CRM strategy usually considerations of three. One is people, process and technology. People, process and technology. Now, why we need CRM strategy, as I explained to you, and it maybe facilitates to having a business fulfillment. Then CRM strategy, is usually with concentrating on three aspects. One is people, technology, and the process. Usually CRM is like that. Now, people, when you're dealing with CRM strategy with people, you must communication, vision for your CRM strategy. So therefore, everybody must have a vision. Mean what? Vision mean is a directions. Vision is a directions, right? So everybody must be aware. So we are going for that direction. So therefore, you need to communicate with people your vision, right? Then and every employee of an organization so need to recognize customer is in the centric point, right? And also train your staff on customer services and customer dispute solutions. So all problems you need to provide training to the staff, right? And make customer front of the center for key business decision. Now, whatever the decisions you are taking is customer permitted on, right? And also maybe you may have some, monitoring, right? You can monitor through the mystery shopping, right? What is mystery shopping? You go dummy, you send the dummy as a customer, right? To see whether the people are well aware about the organization CRM strategy. And we move into the process, right? Why CRM strategy need to be considered about the process. Now is as I explained to you, is come to lead management, sales pipeline management, accounts management, marketing, everything you need to look at it when you develop your CRM strategy. How all the activities are taking place in an organization. Then the technology side, we talk about how you implement the CRM system, right? So how you use your CRM to cement your process, right? How will support your system, right? How it integrate with your system. All things you need to look at it. That is what CRM is basically. CRM strategy is basically concentrating on, right? Okay, so having understood that, what are the characteristics of a sound CRM strategy? Now, as I explained to you, your good CRM strategy has to be aligned with the organization goal. Right? I'll explain to you what is your internal integrated risk management need to be aligned with your corporate strategy. Likewise, the CRM strategy also need to be incorporated or in line with your organization's goals, right? And also, as I explained to you, it should be a customer oriented. right? All things pivot role on customer. And of course, you need to have the management support. So any strategy, as I explained to you, you need the management support. So then, can CRM of an organization be effective, right? In order to be an effective CRM strategy, right, it has to be offered the present and the future. So it has to be not only fulfilling the present requirement, but also the future requirement as well. Then they look at it, the size of the product and the size of the market, right? And we just catering to all the markets, but we need to look at it. We make use of our resources to whom we can market. Then deliver quality service to customers, and how we differentiate from your competitors. So if the competitors also using the same strategy, how can you differentiate? So therefore, CRM strategy be effective, so you need to take into account these aspects, right? Now, as we explained, you may have the corporate objectives, right? So, and it has to be fall in line with your what, right? With your corporate objective. And also you may have a vision, CRM vision, like that. You may have an objective of CRM strategy. Now, you know, objectives, right, is there where your strategy is there to achieve your objectives, right? Remember, strategy is there to achieve your objective. So therefore, you must have a CRM objectives. So as explained to you, one of the main objective of main factors we may look at it at the CRM is what, 360 degree of customers, right? So we are trying to provide 360 approach to customer. Then through shared customer knowledge, everybody need to know about the customer. I'll explain to you earlier this one also. Whoever, what positions you are in the bank, you must know your customers. So therefore, objective is your through the CRM strategy, provide all the informations to all the employees of the customer. Maybe different hierarchical level, you may have some information specific to certain people, but it should be shared customer knowledge. Then, of course, CRM strategy always may look at it, how to improve their processes. So every time the CRM strategy, try to look at it. These are the three objectives of a CRM: shared customer knowledge, 360 degree of customer view, and process improvement. Okay, right. Now let's look at it now. The other aspects. What are the three main drivers that motivate an organization to adopt a CRM strategy? So what are the motives? As explained to you in detail, the competition, right? So how you do something better than your competitor, right? You make use of CRM strategy. Now remember, we discuss, right? We are the solutions today can be given from CRM. We discuss everything, added values, right? Augmenting, competitive advantage, everything can be copied. So therefore, if you can do something different against your competitor, right? So therefore, CRMs come to the solution. As I said, CRM also must provide a technology, right? Technology is the driver. Without technology, you cannot execute CRM. And okay, so another important thing, what kind of promotion once you implement this CRM strategy for your employees, how they promoted by contributing to this, right? These are some of the drivers of organizational CRM strategy, right? So therefore, what are the steps when you're going to develop a CRM strategy? What are the steps? Now, we discussed earlier also in a preparations of strategy plan, we need to have steps involved: strategy formulation, strategy implementation, and strategy evaluation, right? Okay, likewise, under these are very broad aspects of strategic formulation, implementations, and evaluation. But in the CRM strategy is formulating what steps involving. First, as explained to you, setting the CRM vision, right? So you can have a vision. Vision is something a long-term direction. We direct your entire organization. We go for 360 customers like that, right? That is your vision, right? 360 customers. Gaining organization-wide commitment. For that, everybody may contributing irrespective of your divisions, irrespective of your position, right? Sometimes you may create, it's not like a separate thing. We may create a CRM project team, right? There are separate team. It may be can take from different divisions. One from marketing, one from IT, one from finance, whatever. That's of right. Creating a CRM project team, right? Who to because champions, right? To run the CRM strategy. So therefore, you need to analyze the business needs, and so you need to prepare a plan of actions, right? So strategy is the plan of actions. Actions mean how we are going to support to implement your strategy, right? So that's the action plan. Then you may there may be a lot of complexities if a CRM strategy, right? You need to understand what sort of complexity involving in this strategy. So you need to understand the barriers, shortcomings, issues when you're developing your CRM strategy. There may be a change management, right? There are some people don't want to change their process, right? They want to do with the existing one, and there may be a lot of barriers can come. So you need to understand all these areas, right? And then last time we discussed about the recency, frequency, and monitoring, right? And in detail. So what is RFM method? Recency. When was the last customer interaction, right? Frequency, how frequent was the customer in his interaction with the businesses? Monetary value of the organization. So that is RFM method, usually used by the banks in the CRM model, right? Rfm methods. Now, what is my when was the last customer interaction? Frequency, how often, and what is the monetary value? Now, we discuss about one case study, one example, how you make use of that to explain all these things. Now, a firm has sent an email to 30,000 of its existing customers, right? Customers, 30,000 base organization. Users send an email to 30,000 of its existing customers. Now, announcing some promotion they are giving around $1,000. Now, if you look at it from 30,000, only 458 of them are responded, right? Only 458 customers are responded. So imagine from 30,000 emails, see the response rate. It is 45458. That is 1.52% of the customers what you send it. Now you want to find it out using the RFM methods. Out of these 152 customers you send, they look at it, the three factors: recency, frequency, monetary value. මේ 1.52% කියන්නේ කස්ටමර් 458න් මේ මේ factor වලට සම්බන්ධ වූ customers ලා ඉන්නවා. So now what is recency coding? 30,000 customers are sorted out in descending order with respect to their most recent purchases. Now we work it out, their recent purchases, right? So sorted data, say 30,000 is now you can use this through the a lot of packages available, divided into 5 equal groups. That means 6,000 for group. Now these 6,000 group are assigned top ground as 5, bottom as 2. So that means using the recent one, very recent one, and to the reason by say week wise or whatever reason. They are put onto 6 into 5 groups, 6,000 into 5. Right? Now from that they analyze, right? They look at it of how much they have reached. Now see the recency results according to the analysis based on the customer recency. The group is having the highest recency group has highest response rate, right? So therefore you noted that, right? Ones who have purchased recently are much more willing to buy the new product than the other purchasing in the past. So that means if you really look at it, the offer that 10,000 or 1,000 offer, they will respond the people who recently do some transaction business. So that's the important thing you need to look at it, right? If you you can apply to all your customers like this, right? If you're using CRM, Rfm Method, right? So there you get some, that is what you call the insights and all. How many people have response, right? Now those who respond, mind you, right? Basically recent customers, right? Recent customers, right? Then you look at the frequency coding. Now sort again that 30,000 customers with respect to the frequency matrix. Now frequency matrix means average number of purchases made by customer in a time period of T, right? These customers were further divided into T based on the customer purchases, number of purchases. Now these sort customers again in a descending order like earlier, respect to their purchase frequency. Now they put the top 20% in the fast frequency group, assigning frequency codes such as group from 1 to 5. Right, first 20% of that 6,000 people, right, one like that frequency offer. Then they realize frequency results, they noted that it is observed that highest response rate is from the customers having highest frequency, right? Response rate from the highest frequency. වැඩිපුර response ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ අර වැඩි ගානක් ගත්ත අයගේ. Frequent people response better than the less frequent ones, but differences between the group are less than the ones in the recency, right? But there are different set of people now who responds, right? They are not recent, but the people who purchase little higher, they are not the same customers. Okay, so you can understand. So people who are frequency purchase have higher response. Among that, reasons group. Then the monetary value coding. So you lose the monetary coding, reasons and frequency coding, the same process you use it. Sorting is done with the respect to money value matrix. Monetary value matrix is the average amount of purchase in a time period. Earlier, frequency. Now the value of this one. If you look at the value, it is observed that the highest response rate is from the customers having highest monetary value. So one thing, highest monetary value, highest frequency, people who responded, right? Reasons one also responded. So what is this RFM methods tell you? Now, if you want to check on this, you can identify what sort of customers were responded, what sort of frequency customers their responses, what is the monetary value type of customers who responded. Now you noted with these results, you can get an idea of putting all these 5 combinations there are 125 possible combination. 5, right? First 5, then what? The next 5, and then one guy you put into the 5, 1 into 5 into 5, altogether is come to 125, right? 1 into 5, 5 into 5 into 25 is called 125 possible combinations you can take it, right? Then that is what we have learned up to now. Then I just briefly touch about the strategically significant customers, right? Now, customers relationship management sometimes focuses on strategically significant market. So they consider sometimes not all customers are equally important. So therefore, you must try to build up certain relationship with those significant customers, right? Now, like banks, central bank as a regulator only considered, sometimes they have a special attention to significantly important banks, because why they are 55% of their asset base based on these 4-5 banks. So therefore, central bank pay more attention to these banks. Likewise, sometimes we need to pay attention strategically significant customers, because these customers give high lifetime values, right? And they have a benchmark for others, and they also inspire the other people. So having understood that, so your customers now can be divided into 80-20 customer pyramid. The less profitable customers to most profitable customers. You know the normal Pareto theory, 80-20 theory. That means 80% of your customers bring less revenue to the organization. So the 20% of your customers bring 80% to your revenue to the organization. If you put it like that, you can divide out your customers as the customer pyramid, like lead, iron, gold, and platinum. So we explained to you how can you divide it, how can you make financial CRM analyticals, right? Converting from least profitable customers to most profitable customers. So accordingly, you can develop customer pyramid, right? Now the customer pyramid, you say the platinum tier, so you have the highest, they are the most profitable customers, heavy product users, not price sensitive, so willing to invest in and try to new offering. So in your branch also, you try to understand who are your platinum tier, who are the customers. Then you have the next level customer is the gold tier. Compared to platinum, their profitability levels are not, but there may be insist price discounts and try to reduce margins. Heavy users, not that royal, not that royal. So you may have. So look at it your next category, right? Iron tier, so they may be lower, right? Profitability from them is less, like. Okay, so then what you're trying to do, so you are trying to the next side is the lead tier, demand more attentions and all. So then what happened, what do you need here? So try to identify your branches in your branch. Even for the, you can do it for your entire bank, but you can do it your branch, right? So try to identify your customer base in your branch at least, right? See who are your lead and who are your iron, gold, and platinum. So what you try to do, you use your customer relationship strategies to convert your lead customer into the platinum customer, right? So you can make use of some of the technique we use it to understand which category these customers are belong to, right? You can make use of that strategies or some CRM tactics to convert your lead to platinum customers, right? Okay, so with this today, so I'm going to just to wind it up, and the tute 2 I will already gave to you. If you want, I will send this tute as well. Next week I will send the tute to you, this tute which is having some more element. I hope you may have an understanding now better understanding. Last time I thought of I need to be explained little more than last week. So I think now you get an idea about what is CRM, how CRM came from relationship to relationship marketing to CRM, why you play an important role in CRM, and CRM, what we are going to look at it, how CRM architecture facilitate for you to understand all these new CRM techniques, and then we discuss about the importance of creating a CRM strategy. Okay, clear? Shall we wind it up for today? Right? I think you learned something, Samir. Okay, Subhashana, Rasika.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Right, right. So I think you learned something better than last week, I hope. Right? You get a clear picture about what is all about the CRM. Clear? Right. So we will next week, then we will start 1:30, right? Not 3:30, because it's a 4-hour lecture, no?
Yes.
Sir,
Right.
sir, can you send that updated to mail?
Yeah,
Because,
yeah. Sure. I will do it tomorrow, right? I will do that. Don't worry, right? I will do that. Clear? So then we are next Saturday, we are meeting at 1:30. You are comfortable at that time? Because you are supposed to start 1:30, yeah?
Okay, sir.
Right. So 1:30. So we'll have a break, right? In 15, 20, 30 minutes in between, right? So see you on next Saturday, 1:30. Okay. Thank you.